This space was downloaded via spacesdown.com. Visit to download your spaces today.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Revival of America podcast. This is Jenny. I'm the owner and the host of the Revival of America. Tonight we have Silk back in the house, everybody. So if you have a question for Silk over here on X, feel free to raise your hand and request a mic, or not raise your hand, just request a mic, and I will unmute your mic, and you can ask Silk your question at some point in this podcast. Or if you're over here on X Live or Rumble Live, please feel free to write your questions in the comment box below, and I will read those to Silk at some point as well in this podcast. Also, too, everybody, please be careful who you listen to, who you follow, what you're putting into your mind. Guys, it's happening in real time. Like, it's bizarre out there. So you're probably going to start seeing a lot of people that you followed for a while or you liked maybe going to the wayside or just saying some stupid shit you never thought they would say. It's happening, guys. So please tighten up that circle. Be careful. And if you just don't know who to follow, Of course, follow our good Lord above first and foremost, and then follow Donald Trump, everybody, and follow his movement. Watch his words. He's not a guy that looks fearful, worried. He's still joking around. He's smiling. He's dancing. So I'm looking at him. If he's not feeling, worried, then I'm not going to be worried. And I haven't been worried through the whole course of my journey here. I've been very much at peace. But I know many of you are just confused and just really don't know who to trust. So definitely Donald Trump for sure, but obviously our Lord above first and foremost. Also, to everybody, if you come in late to this podcast, we are being listened to in over 150 countries. It's about 152 now. So if you come in late, you want to listen to it or send it to a friend, family, or a friend, feel free to follow the podcast on the podcast host or my social medias, which are iHeartRadio, Spotify, Anchor, Apple, Google, Breaker, PocketCast, Podbean, Riverside. Social medias are Jenny Dreed Facebook, at Jenny_Dreed X, at JDreed Rumble, at JDreed True Social, at JDreed Instagram, the Revival of America over on Telegram, and the Revival of America over on YouTube. Also, just to update everybody, I am not going to be doing any shows next week because I'm going to take a little bit of a vacay, and then so I will be coming back around the last week of July back in full force. So no shows this week, but we will round it off with Rubber Duck on Friday. He will be at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and then Derek Johnson's going to be tomorrow at 6:30 Central Standard Time. So we will have 2 more shows this week, and then I'm going to take a break, and then I'll be back that following week. So I just wanted to give you that heads up. Also, too, if you guys want to email me anything about Field McConnell, John Baxter, whatever, please email me at therevivalofamerica@yahoo.com. If you're sending your stories or your journeys that you want to get on the podcast, don't send them to that email because they're getting buried and they're getting put into spam. Please send them on over to TROA submissions@yahoo.com. I specifically did that email for you guys to send me your story over there. So please send them over there, TROA submissions@yahoo.com, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. If I believe it's a real story, if I believe it's legitimate, because I do vet them, because unfortunately, guys, we do get those shysters that want to just get on a podcast. So you know me, I don't do the bullshit. So and then also too, if you want to again email me personally, ask about Phil McConnell, his books, whatever it is, the Revival of America at yahoo.com. So Silk is in the house. She typically gives us about 50 minutes of her time, guys, because she goes over and does her little chitty chat line over on Lindell TV. And there's a lot probably to talk about. She hasn't been here with us for a couple weeks, so we've missed her. I'm super excited to have her back. She's always a good time, guys. So if you've not been in here, I'm glad you're here because she's transparent, she's truth, and she is some comedy. So I want to welcome my good friend and Miss Silk. How are you?
Well, hello. Hello, everybody. Hello, Jenny. I hope you're doing well, and I'm doing fantastic.
I'm doing great. I'm glad you're here. I always love it when you're here because it's always a good time. Just some good truth, good laughs, and everybody needs a good laugh through this crazy time. So, how have you been? Like, what have you been up to?
I've been doing really, really good. You know, the movie, Pardon Me, the Beverly B. Williams story is
Yeah,
on Tubi for free for everybody to go and see and watch. And so we've been doing a lot of marketing for that. And well, promotion, I guess, for that. And I've been just taking care of my chickens and watching everything that's going on, doing the Diamond and Silk Chit Chat live show, and just talking to different people where their loved ones was basically murdered in the hospitals via COVID protocol.
yeah.
Thanks to the CDC and the NIH and Dr. Fauci and all of them, and hearing stories after stories. So sometimes I have to take a moment too to digress and just to get away from it all. Been looking at the news, listening. When I say looking at the news, I'm talking about looking at President Trump.
Right.
Okay. And then, I may take and scroll down through my timeline and, may see some things, see a little bit of this, see a little bit of that. And I turn it off for that.
Smart girl.
Yeah. I just turn it off to have a sane mind because there's a lot of stuff that's going on. I want people to understand that I've been in this game since 2015, the end of 2015. Okay.
She's an
And
OG, everybody. She's an
I'm
OG.
I'm an OG MAGA. That's right. I am the original MAGA. Yes, yes, yes. And so, and so with that said, and learning so much, as my sister and I was, understanding how the system worked, educating everybody based on our understanding, and as we discovered certain things, it's the same script, different cast, but in this particular matter, it appears to be the same script with the same cast. Uh, their intention is not to do absolutely nothing for we the American people. It's to steal our wealth, continue to steal our wealth, steal our elections, and they want to give everything over to their newcomers, to their illegal aliens, to their new voting bloc. It's not just Democrats, it's also Republicans. A lot of Republicans was also installed via the same protocol. Okay. They was also installed with all of this, with their fraudulent tactics and different things, they were installed. So that's basically what I've been doing, Jenny, chilling and watching and looking and praying.
Well, that's the best thing that you can do, and enjoying those chickens. And I'm going to wait for that day it's going to be a sad day when you tell me you have to slaughter one of those.
Oh my goodness. Well, we already did that last year.
What?
I'm telling you. Girl, yes, I had some roosters. You can't have too many roosters in that pen.
Yeah.
Rooster, okay? And so some of them roosters we had to go ahead on and get rid of. And so we had to do what we had to do and pluck the flat feathers and all of that different stuff. And I'm telling you, it makes very good barbecue. And excellent barbecue, girl, honey. That's good eating. It's all natural. We know what the rooster ate. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We pump the rooster up with all of this different stuff that they pump the meat up with.
Yeah.
None of that. It's all natural. It was absolutely delicious. Didn't have a problem at all, baby.
So did you have a name for it? Was it hard? I'm sure you didn't do it. Did you send it off to have it done?
No, girl, hell no.
You did?
No, my husband is from the country. He knows how to do all of that stuff. And I sat there with him and we plucked the feathers. It was really exciting.
Oh.
And then when he bring him inside, I get him there in the kitchen, put cold water with some ice on him, and then I take a knife and go through his skin, make sure we got all of the feathers off of him, and then wash him up real good, and then put him on in that freezer, girl, so he can freeze. And then before I take him out, before I'm about to cook him, I always like to put him in the refrigerator. So I transfer him from the deep freezer to the refrigerator, let them sit there and thaw out for a good day or two. And girl, you talking about tender and good.
I bet. I think I would have a hard time because they become like a pet to you, right? So
well, okay, so now our big rooster, my daughter named him Earl.
Okay.
So Earl probably will never be eaten because Earl is huge and big and he run the whole pen. But the little smaller roosters that is about what 3-4 months old, as they begin to hop on the other hens, big rooster saying, "Oh no, it's only one crock-a-doodle-doo in this coop." And so when you see them starting to fight and different things, even though it's time for to take that particular rooster out. Yeah,
I love that. Because that's the world that we're going to be coming into. We're going to be coming into that real meat, not all this jacked up crap that they're giving us, right?
Exactly. It's best to, if you can, grow your own meat. Get you some chickens. Have your own eggs, natural eggs. It's different components in the farm egg that I can actually see versus the eggs that you get out of the grocery store. They have taken a lot of those components out. It's like the egg in the grocery store is like paled, but the eggs from the farm, the colors are vibrant and it tastes much sweeter, to me. It is delicious.
Yeah, I agree with you because I buy from a butcher and a farmer. So when it comes to my meat and stuff like that. So yeah, I agree with you 100%. Well, good for you.
And it don't smell bad. Okay, when you purchase that meat out the grocery store and you open up the packet, that meat can smell bad.
Yep.
Okay. But when the fresh meat, like the pig and the cows, and that meat is processed and chopped into different steaks and different things and strips and so forth, when you open up the package, I don't care if it's a year or two later, it do not smell like the meat in the grocery store.
That's a good thing. Yeah, I know. Some of those meats I open, I'm like, oh,
Yeah,
ooh, yeah,
it's been processed. You can smell
yep.
the chemicals coming through the doggone skin. Honey, I need some water.
So let's talk about Trump tomorrow. He's going to speak. This is going to be huge tomorrow. I'm super stoked about it. You
Yeah.
know, it's going to be addressing the nation. So we know the line stream media's, I believe this is going to be maybe the start of them having to be forced to tell the truth. But I'm really curious to see what happens after the fact, because we know he's going to do a lot of the D class. A lot of us already know, guys, 2020, it's not over yet. It's fraud, but it's coming out to the public now. So I'd love to get your take on that. So,
well, I hope that is truly what he is discussing. I hope that he don't just say that the 2020 election was stolen, but he shows proof. Meaning, if it was foreign interference in the election, we know what foreign country interfered in the election. If it was via the machines, let the public know, let the American people know. I hope he release holy hell tomorrow on all of the above, because it's time out, and it's past time for the truth to just remain under a rock. We need to tell the entire truth to the American people as to what happened and how it happened. Now we see the media right now, Jenny. Right now, they are just getting geared up because they're preparing for their lie. They're getting their lie together because they don't want people to know the truth. They want you to think that this was a free and fair election. So when somebody say to me, where's your proof that the election was stolen? My reply back to them is, where's your proof that it wasn't stolen? Okay.
I love it.
Where's your proof that Joe Biden actually got 81 million votes? Where is your proof on that? Where they say no. Where is your proof that 81 million people, competent in their right frame of mind, human being people, actually voted for somebody who campaigned from the basement? Thank you, sweetie. Where is your proof on that? And the deal is, if you believe that the election was fair and that Joe Biden actually won the election, why are you running like bats out of hell trying to hide the truth? Why are you refusing to disclose the voter roll? Okay. Why are you, these judges, trying to block and stop this and trying to block and stop that? Okay, stuff is being blocked and stopped, and they're refusing to do a lot of different things because they know that they cheated in the election. They cheated in the 2020 election, and I believe they cheated before then and even after then, using their same fraudulent tactics. So the media is going to be on 100 tomorrow after President Trump speak, and they're going to try to combat the lie like they've been doing, even like when it came down to January the 6th and so forth. They have been lying like bats out of hell. And the only way that they can come back is to tell a bigger lie.
Yep.
And then they get together and they keep it out there in the mainstream, and even some right-wing media. Because if you remember, Jenny, it was Fox News. They was the first one that called it Jim Crow Joe.
Yeah.
Arizona
right here. Yep.
And all of the votes wasn't even counted. And Fox News, a right-wing media network, is the one that called it for Joe Biden. So I don't trust none of them bastards.
Yeah, no, I don't either. I remember watching that in real time happen. I literally was like, what just happened? So yeah, I remember seeing that.
We were at my sister and I, we was at the White House. We was in the red room. And a lot of people don't know this, but as we was coming up the steps, walking into the White House, this is before everything. As we was coming up the steps, we actually saw a rat.
Oh.
We saw a doggone rat, and we was like, oh God, this ain't. We knew it was something was going to be nasty. Woo. So we went up in there. And so we congregated there in the red room, watching it on the big screen and everything. And as they started calling in, for Arizona and was calling it for Joe Biden and so forth, Bill Barr, big old fat ass, is the one that walked through the room. He had his finger up like he was walking through a church. You know how you walk into the church and you put your finger up?
Yep.
He walked through the room to get up out of there. He was getting up out of there. And Mayor Rudy Giuliani, he was in the room with us. He was at a table. He was doing his calculations. They was back and forth trying to figure out how the hell did Joe Biden get whatever? How did he win Arizona? How did he get this? How did he get that? They was in there trying to do their calculations. And my sister and I, we was just sitting up in there. Now, one thing I kept doing is watching the numbers. I kept watching the number. The numbers will go up for Trump, and then all of a sudden it will go down for Trump. But one thing people need to understand, when you're counting ballots, the numbers are not supposed to go down. They're all supposed to go up because you're counting them, not subtracting them. That's not how ballot counting goes. If you're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, you count upwards and it continued to rise up. But no, these numbers kept going up, kept going down. And I'm like, no, he just had this. How did he go to this? And you could see the cheating in real time if you was actually paying attention to the numbers. So we saw it all go down. And then when they shut everything down, everything just got shut down, something that's never happened. They wanted to say a water main break, a toilet got backed up, all of these other different lies. When we saw that, we was like, whoa. And President Trump, you could see it on his face. He knew something. He knew what they were doing. He said they're stealing it. And remember, we all went into this one room and he addressed everybody. Yeah, he knew exactly what was happening. And we knew it too. And then the next morning we wake up where they done went in the heat of the night. They went in the heat of the night and inserted all of those doggone ballots for Joe Biden. And we woke up the next morning and he way over Trump. I'm like, oh no. President Trump had all of the numbers before. When they shut this thing down, President Trump was in the lead and he had done basically won the election, but they shut it down. That's a cheating mechanism that they have. And it's so sad that the deep state is allowed to break our Constitution, to break our election laws, to install this little demented, diabolical bastard named Joe Biden, to install him as like he wasn't the president, he was more like the resident. And they sieged this country is what they did. They stole it, and they know that they stole it, and they don't want us. They don't want confirmation. They don't want the confirmation to be out there because they have become so accustomed to calling us all conspiracy theorists and liars and all of this different stuff. No, they know what they done. We know what they done, and we know now how they did it. And that's what they don't want out in the public.
Yeah, and they're panicking. And yeah, call us a conspiracy theorist or whatever. I'll wear that with a badge of honor because you know what that means? That means truth, everybody. So wear it with a badge of honor. Real quickly, if you guys don't mind reposting this space, get some more people in here to listen to the lovely Silk. She's a lot of fun to have here every other Wednesday. And if any of you here on X have a question for Silk, feel free to request a mic. I will unmute your mic. Over here live on X and Rumble, if you guys have questions for Silk, write them in the comment area and I will read them to Silk as well. So we have Mariah. She's got her hand up. So go ahead, Miss Mariah.
Yay! I'm so excited to talk to Miss Silk on the space. Thank you for having me.
Of course.
Oh my goodness. So, hi, lovely. So, I am just so excited to be on here, and I am so excited to see what the best is yet to come. Okay, we got to keep our chins up. We got to keep our prayers up. But I just need you guys to know that what you're saying about conspiracy theorists, I was literally written in a letter by John Thune calling me a conspiracy theorist in 2020 when I contacted him about my own witness canvassing of massive election fraud in South Dakota in 2020. So I know exactly what you guys are talking about.
You know, John Thune is a bitch. Let me just be.
Amen, sister.
He's a straight up bitch. He's a ballless bitch is what he is. You know, when you look at a lot of these senators and congressmen and all that, they don't mean us absolutely no good. They can care less about we, the American people. It's been a racketeering scam going on up there in Washington, D.C. for decades upon decades upon decades. And their aim is to hold as much power as possible, hold as much power so that they can take and launder our wealth for their own gain. That's what this thing has always been about. How is it once again, we have the Congress, we have the Senate, we have the White House, and we can't get bills passed? Okay? Because we got these deep state snake, lying ass Republicans up there that don't mean this country no good. Left wing, right wing, in between, these people, they are like one dirty bird with two corrupt wings. They don't care. They don't mean it's no good. And John Thune, I know a lot of people were saying he's such a Christian man. He's a Christian. No. Don't be fooled by the cross. He is the devil from the pits of hell that's wearing a cross. Okay. All right. He's a deceiving bastard. Okay. I said what I need to say about him. Go ahead, Mariah.
No, I totally agree with you. I was at the South Dakota GOP convention with Scott Pressler a few weeks ago, and his staff literally prevented him from even going into a dinner that he had a ticket for. Like, he was just going to sit in the back and observe. He even offered to let them hold his phone, and him and Mark Wayne Mullen just refused to even let him go in the room.
Yeah. They look, it's just like the KKK.
Exactly.
They had little meetings in the basement, y'all. They had their meetings in these little bitty rooms. It's like this good old boy syndrome. And they're used to doing things just like that in their own little group. And they don't want nobody from the outside looking at them on the inside. They don't like that. Oh, that was so sad, Mariah.
It is. It really is.
Thank you, Mariah.
Thank you for
Dr.
having me.
James. Of course. Thank you for being here. Go ahead, Dr. James.
Oh, hey, thanks, Jenny. Hey, Silk. It's nice to hear you again. It's been a while.
Hi, Dr. James.
What's going on? You sound beautiful.
Oh, I am beautiful now. I'm always gonna be cute.
That's what I would have to say too. Absolutely. And that's not a setup. And yeah, you can just send that to my bank account. I'll give you the number and I'll do the payment. Thanks. So let me see. You said something about all the senators, right? And how do they do this and how do they control our government and stuff? Well, so like wifey pulled a report down she was looking at this morning that showed Maduro's talking, and Maduro claims that he was paying 60 of our senators. So 60 of 100 U.S. senators were taking money from Maduro. So, and Maduro's just one guy in one country. So there's a possible chance that maybe some of those other 40 are taking money from other nations too. And maybe the 60 are taking money from everywhere too. But that's a majority of our Senate. And that's, I guess, one of the ways they do it, And you're right, spot on about Thune. He was there sitting behind McConnell, Mitch McConnell, if you remember, in the whole 2020 election thing. Whenever Mitch would come up and speak, Thune was always either standing behind Mitch or sitting behind him. And every time Mitch would lock up and not want to say something, he'd glance around at Thune, and Thune would give him that hand sign, and Mitch would just turn around and say his lines. So yeah, Thune's been driving this train for a long time. And it's nice to hear someone call him out for just not pulling any punches at all. There's nothing redeeming about the man at all, Silk. And again, it's so nice to hear your stuff. I didn't know you were in the Red Room that night. I spent some good time in the White House. Never saw a rat there, so that was alarming. But you got to see it firsthand too. Those counters are accurate, right? And you see those numbers drop. Or when you have things like Wisconsin has 1.7 million votes, but they only have like 1.4 million registered voters, right? So I think this is going to come out tomorrow. Do you think he's going to go with? Just primarily the election, or you think he's going to give us some more things too? What do you think he's going to?
I hope that he give us some more things. I'm not privy to everything, but I hope that he go with some more things. And I really, really, truly hope that he go ahead and sign an executive order, because there's a national security threat going on right now within our country.
This space was downloaded via spacesdown.com. Visit to download your spaces today.
Have all of these foreigners, all of these illegal aliens that have been installed in political positions. When we talk about the Senate and Congress, there are so many foreigners there in the Congress and in the Senate. They do not have our best interests at heart. There's a national security threat that's going on here in America, and it's time to end it now. Don't wait another day or another hour. It's time to send in the military and get these mother bastards out, starting from the Senate, the Congress, the governors, the mayors, everyone that is not abiding by our federal laws when it comes down to these sanctuary cities, when it comes down to them aiding and abetting these illegal aliens, when it comes down to them funding these illegal aliens, when it comes down to them facilitating the fraud through these illegal aliens. It's time to stop every last one of them in their tracks and lock them up, get them out of position, out of office, because what they're doing is literally destroying our country from within. They are like a cancer. So that's my spill on it.
Thank you, Silk. Did you have any more questions on that, Dr. James?
No, I mean, that was, you literally hit everything. Yeah, you literally cover everything. So, okay, I mean,
Just want to make sure.
it's like, it's so good. There's
And,
no
let me
ambiguity.
piggyback on something
It's,
else he said. He said something about Maduro. Okay, we got Germany, we got other foreign countries that it's a possibility that they've infiltrated themselves into our system. And in my own humble opinion, and after doing my little investigation, what I have found within the last 10 years, what they do is they pay these senators and pay these people in certain positions off so that they can inject their own people in certain position. And then they kick Americans out. All right. Now we got somebody from China, somebody from another country, and another country, and another country that's in our apparatus, in the apparatus of our political arena. And they're pushing their agenda slowly but surely by destroying America, destroying our Constitution. If you listen right now to Democrats, you don't hear them talk about the constitutional republic. They always say we are a democracy. And the reason why they say we are a democracy, because that's what goes on in third world countries. Okay, they have dictatorship, they have their kings, their queens, and all that other stuff. They have all of that. Here in America, we are a constitutional republic governed by constitutional laws. Okay, and they're trying their best to change our cities and states into a democracy, a third world country, because they got people from third world countries living in these cities, and they're trying to cater to these individuals. That's why they want to make it legal for anal sex to be legal between a man and a little girl, or for a little girl to marry an old ass man. They're trying to bring those draconian rules that they have over in third world country. They're trying to bring it here into our country and make it legal and make it law. When you got these grown behind men still got their woodpeckers and they swinging and linging and slanging in front of little children in a club, it's illegal for indecent exposure. I thought that was a law against indecent exposure. I thought it was a law against child molestation. But for them to allow grown men, mentally ill men, to take and dance in front of little children, they're trying to make that okay. Why? Because they do that stuff in third world country. When we look at all of these children that they say have been lost over here in America, when we know they done been sold over into some type of trafficking, human trafficking, sex trafficking, labor trafficking, all of these different organ trafficking, organ harvesting trafficking. When we see what they're trying to do and make legal here in America, is because the people that they have brought over here are accustomed to a lot of that stuff over here. When we look at SCOTUS and how SCOTUS, how they went back, got the 14th Amendment, utilized the 14th Amendment, something that was meant for ex-slaves to be U.S. citizens here in America. They went back and got that to utilize it to make it okay for illegal aliens to come to our border, drop off their babies here, have babies here inside of our borders, inside of the United States, drop them off like trash. We still got immigration laws, which mean that the mother got to be deported. That leaves that baby on we, the American people, as a burden. Okay. All right. Now, if you notice, Democrats are very, very happy with this. The same people that screamed and hollered and cried about separation of family is now okay with separation of family. Okay. Once I said this before, if that illegal alien mother spreaded her legs over in a foreign country to get the baby, then she need to spread her legs in that same foreign country to have the baby. They should not be allowed to drop their seeds off here on us. When Americans, hell, a lot of them can take care of their own American children right here in America, much less another baby. Okay, because you want to take and say, oh, no, if they born here, they are an American citizen. Me as an American woman, I can't go to a foreign country and just drop my babies off, have babies over there, and then come back over here to the United States and the baby be left there as a burden on those citizens over there. They don't allow that in that foreign country. It's based off of what my nationality is. If I'm American, then my baby is American. We have laws here that's already on the book, and they're trying to uproot our laws to allow all of this different stuff. So I'm right there with you. If they have access to these foreign countries like China, they do the same thing with the birth tourism. And once they are born here, then they're implanted in certain positions within our country, within our political spectrum. And then that's how stuff starting to look like China, or stuff start to look like Somalia, or stuff start to look like some third world country aside from America. And my biggest spiel since day one has been, if you come to this country, then you need to assimilate to our ways. If we was founded here on Judeo-Christian value, then that's it. We shouldn't have all these Muslims, these Islamic terrorists looking Muslims. There shouldn't be stores in here with their foods in it. There shouldn't be schools training our American children how to cover their head with the thing that they got, the hijab, whatever it's called. Okay, it should not be like that here in America, because we cannot take our tradition and go to their foreign country and practice Christianity over there if they don't allow it, if that's not what they are for. So no, these people should not be doing that to drown out our bloodline and to take and rip away at the fabric of American sovereignty.
Agreed, 100%. Thank you for that, Silk. Real quick, I got a couple of hands here for you, but I wanted to ask you, you're South Carolina, North Carolina, with this whole thing with Lindsey Graham. Nothing is adding up there. I think the timing and everything, and what I'm getting from different people is, I think he was taken out over there, and in Ukraine. I don't think he made it back, but it's all sketchy. But what are your thoughts on all of it? Because aren't you South Carolina? Where are you? North Carolina?
I'm in North Carolina. Okay, I'm in North Carolina. But let me say this: I don't listen to the media, because you're back and forth. They're back and forth. He did this. He did that. He was here. He was there. And I'm gonna tell you why. And they came down with something else. He died from this. He died from that. When my sister passed away, they put out a lie that she died from heart disease. And that's been the biggest lie across the internet when she was being treated for blood clots. Okay. So I look at that, how they did that, how the media did that. And so when I look at Lindsey Graham, God rest his soul, when I look at Lindsey Graham, they're doing the same exact thing for some particular reason, in my own humble opinion, to cover up something. And I left it at that. That's the only place I can leave it at when it comes to Lindsey Graham. I don't like speaking bad of the dead. I don't like speaking, bad mouth on the dead. But when he was alive, he wasn't nothing but a deep state snake bastard.
That's right. Yep, he's John McCain protege. So that
Yeah, exactly.
tells you everything you need to know. All right.
He did a whole lot of stuff, even down when it came down to the election, doing those fist bumps there on the House floor when they stole the election for Joe Biden. His ass was right there in the midst of it all. Now that he's passed on, I will not speak ill will about his passing. But when he was alive, he was a bastard.
Amen, sister. Thank you for that, Silk. All right, Miss Jane, go ahead. Your mic is unmuted.
Hey, thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Yes.
Silk, I just want to tell you thank you. I had the great privilege and honor of listening to you and your sister speak in Witsit several years back.
Okay.
I was the lady with the really bad knees, and you said, let them help you up. But
okay.
I want to tell you thank you for speaking up to all the cultural things that are going on here too, because it's not just the politicians that are bad. There's a sickness in America, and you and your sister, and now you alone carrying your sister's legacy, are speaking against that too. And I so appreciate that. And it is so needed. And I just want to give you the props and the flowers for that, because it makes a difference. And it's not maybe a great big wave yet, but those ripples in the pond, they change it. So
yes.
I just want to thank you for that, and just tell you that you're so appreciated and you're so loved. And North Carolina, you're doing us so proud. But you're also doing proud for America. And I just want to tell you thank you and give you your flowers. And that's all I had to say.
Thank you so much, Jane. And if you think about it, everything that Diamond and Silk was saying back then, we can say the same thing right now. I'm still speaking the same thing right now because we're still going through the same stuff. Like I said early on, same script, and in some cases, the same cast. They've been doing the same thing. It's been over, and I know what they're gonna do next. Just like with the passive, the SAVE Act, Save America Act. They just trying to kick the can down the road, okay? Because their plans is to cheat in the 2026 midterm. That's what their plans are, okay? And that's why I said tomorrow night, President Donald J. Trump, he need to go ahead on and shut this all down.
Amen.
He need to do his executive order. He need to do everything. Amen. Because we already know what they're going to do. They've been doing the same thing.
Amen.
Over and over, and ain't nothing got done. So I thank you so much for giving me my flowers where I can see them, smell them, and hear them. Yeah. I truly do appreciate you. Thank you.
You're very, very loved.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, Jane. That was very sweet of you. Yes, Silk is a great individual, and I have a message for you, Miss Silk, from Warren at PPN. I did a show with him today, and he wanted to let you know how much he appreciates you. They love you over there, and you're just a heaven sent. You sent a bunch of, I remember, sleeping bags and all that was going down in North Carolina, and they just talk very highly of you. They're a fan. They love you.
Bless your heart. Yes. And see, when I do certain things, I do everything. I do a lot of stuff in secret. I notice people, when they do something, they get right online here and be like, I did this. And if they have a phone conversation with President Trump or go to Mar-a-Lago, oh, I was here, I was that. Sometimes your silence speak louder than word. It's not good to just put all of that stuff out. You let other people put all of that stuff out. So, Jenny, I truly appreciate it. And you tell Warren that I said hello.
I will, sweetie. Well, we all love you here too. My audience loves you. Your audience loves you. I just want to let you know we've got between Rumble Live and X Live and everybody out there, thank you for listening. We've got 1,173 participants listening tonight to Miss Silk. So that's great. You're loved, my friend. No shocker there.
Thank you. And I love loving on people. See, you get what you dish out. Okay. All right. You get back what you dish out. And that's one thing that I do. I dish out a lot of compassion and a lot of love. So I truly appreciate you guys. And for the ones that's listening, let me go ahead and say this now. Don't forget to go to Tubi and watch my movie called Pardon Me, the Beverly B. Williams story for free. Y'all can see it there for free. Go there to Tubi to watch my movie. And I'm in the movie, y'all. I'm in
She's
this
in the movie, guys. It's awesome. So go check it out.
Yes.
And also,
yes,
too,
yes.
everybody, I want to thank everybody for listening to the Revival of America podcast. Friday is my 6th season, going into my 6th season. So I am celebrating my anniversary of my 6th season. So I want to say thank you to the audience. And of course, my guest, Silk being one of my guests, because without you, the guests, and without you, the audience, the revival wouldn't be. So I want to say thank you for that, everybody. And continue to listen, because we're not going anywhere. We're just growing quite rapidly, and we're going to be doing some new things with the media company that I'm building behind it. So I just want to give you guys all your flowers and say thank you. And then Silk, I want to talk to you real quickly because I know you probably got how much time you got left? About 15 minutes, 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay.
About 15, 20 minutes.
Okay,
Yeah.
so everybody here on X, if you have a question for Silk, feel free to request a mic. If you have a question on X Live or Rumble, write your question in the comments below. I will read them to her. But we know Donald Trump went over to Turkey here recently, and he had to switch planes. There's a lot of controversy about that. And I think it was another assassination attempt, obviously something to do with his the panel board, I believe, within the airplane. Dr. James, you can correct me if I'm wrong. But I would love to hear your thoughts on that, because that was pretty serious.
Okay.
But you know what? I think we're expecting potential things like that to happen, like assassination attempts. I don't like to put that out there, but we hear those could possibly happen again.
Okay. I thought that the White House put out a statement saying that didn't happen like that. But I will say
Okay.
this. Okay. I thought they put out a statement saying that it didn't happen. That not like that. Let me use myself for an example. Okay. As what they call a celebrity, when I'm in certain situations, especially when I'm doing, Trump stuff, or if I'm in that particular audience, there's a certain security protocol that we do. You may think that I'm riding a particular way, but I'm somewhere else. Or you may think that I'm going to be flying out of here, but I'm already done landed somewhere else. Or I'm already at the hotel and you waiting for me at the airport. So there's certain protocols that we do for security purposes. And I believe in my heart of heart that something like that might have taken place. But the loony left, I believe they might have taken that out of context to create that narrative and to create the rumors so that they can make it look like, yeah, okay, he had to switch planes, he had to do this, he had to do that. So from my understanding, okay, and I could be wrong, I believe that the White House came out and disputed that.
Good to know. I have not seen that yet. Go ahead, Dr. James.
So yeah, the White House did say something, and Silk, I don't remember the exact wording either, but yeah, they did dispute the claims in the public. They didn't exactly specify what it was, but it was a security-related reason, I think.
Yeah.
And yeah, this happens all the time, and you're absolutely right. I've worked in there in that building, um, and I do security, so I'm really familiar with the security
Mhm.
protocols. You're spot
Oh
on. You
yeah.
have to do that. If you don't, they get
Hmm.
you. And these are high
Oh yeah.
stakes right now. And it's not just Trump. It's like everybody supporting him, especially high profile people that are in danger constantly. So
Yeah.
yeah, you have to do these things, and it keeps the show going and it keeps everybody alive. So
Exactly.
yeah, what was the thing about the plane? And I had something about this switch on that, but I don't know. I don't want to waste your time. You just got a few more minutes, but yeah, I just wanted to verify that. Yeah, they did post something about that, Silk, and
Hmm.
they use every opportunity to take anything that happens with Trump and throw out a bunch of
Anything.
spins. It's like distractions. Like I bet nobody knows that like Russia has a blockade on all Ukrainian ports, right? And they've had to shoot a couple of ships down. I mean, like all kinds of crazy things are going on. And since Lindsay left, the prime minister of Ukraine and the defense minister of Ukraine have resigned. So something's going on there. Maybe we'll find
Hmm.
out, but maybe we won't. Sounds like Lindsay's security protocol was not as good as yours, Silk.
Uh,
Which,
perhaps,
which is
but
nice.
Yeah, perhaps. But one thing I don't deal in will, because if you notice, Lindsey Graham and a lot of these senators and congressmen, they sent a lot of money over there to Ukraine and their endless wars. They sent a lot of money. So I'm pretty sure there's a lot of money that was laundered back to Mr. Lindsey and many other senators and congressmen as well. And we may not see his money over here in the United States, but I'm pretty sure it's over there in Ukraine, in my humble opinion. So yeah. So once again, I don't deal in will like that. And whenever I do travel or whatever, nobody knows. I remember somebody had invited me on their podcast, and everything was good to go, but they needed my information to book everything. Because we don't roll like that. My people book me. You don't know what time I'm coming in. I don't go to nobody's hotel. Like if they book my hotel room, no, my people book my own hotel at a whole totally different location. You don't know where I'm at. All you know, if you say I have to be there at 4 p.m., I'm there by 3:55. And then when I after it's over with, I'm gone. And that's how my sister and I stayed out of a lot of trouble when we did a lot of things, because people wanted us to go here, wanted to go have a drink, wanted us to go back here to this party, to that gathering. Nope. My assistant, my personal assistant, they already knew when Diamond Silk, when we go on stage, we do what we need to do. When we off stage, they know, they already have everything planned, our route. We go straight to it, and boom, we're gone. A lot of times by the next morning, when people wake up the next morning on their way to the airport, Diamond Silk is back at home because we've traveled all night. so that's just how we rock and roll. And that's the best way to be.
Thank you, Silk. Thank you, Dr. James. All right, everybody. If again, we're here for you guys. She's got probably about 5-7 more minutes. If you guys have a question for Silk, please feel free to raise your hand. Real quick, while we're maybe waiting for some questions, Silk, do you want to let everybody know where they can find you?
Most definitely. I do the show. I still carry on the show, and the show is still named Diamond and Silk Chit Chat Live. I do it there on Lindell TV. We still have the same time, 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central, Mondays through Fridays. All right. So you all can join me there, or you can go to DS Chit Chat, DSChitChat.com if that's easier for you to go to. And we still have these good conversations and so forth. And that's where you can find me. And if you would like, you can go to diamondandsilkstore.com to get the Diamond and Silk bobbled head memorabilia. I'm giving it to you for $10 because I want you to be part of history. If you think about it, everything that Diamond and Silk have said will happen, did happen. It did come to pass. Everything. Okay. And so I want you to be part of history by going to diamondandsilkstore.com. We also have the Trump bling pins. Buy one, get one for free. If you buy 10, you get 10 for free. Somebody bought 100 and they got 100 for free. So that's diamondandsilkstore.com.
I love that. Thank you, Silk. Also, too, Trump endorsed Mike Lindell. I bet you're excited about that. That's huge.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited for Mike. I'm so excited for him. We post something today on that. And one thing about Mike, he was not looking for President Trump's endorsement up front. He wanted to go there and basically test the waters out and see what everything was all about. And now that he's in the lead, President Trump just did it. And Mike Lindell is so excited about it, and I am excited about it too. It's a blessing whenever you have the endorsement from the most powerful man, the most powerfulest man here in America, President Donald J. Trump. So it's a blessing. And you all continue to pray for Mike Lindell and pray for President Donald J. Trump. And you know what? I just realized it's also a blessing to know both of them personally.
Yeah, look at you. You're like right in between. You right there. You got one on each arm. Look at you.
Yes. That's one thing they was talking about when we did Diamond Celebration of Life. We had two private planes flying in, President Trump plane and Mike Lindell plane flying in. So people were like they didn't understand. If they didn't understand Diamond and Silk before, they understood Diamond and Silk then, because they're like, wait, they flew in for this. And yeah, so it's amazing. And I do not take it for granted. And I do not extort either one of them. I do not do any of that. You know how a lot of people, I know this
riding the
person,
coattails. Yep.
I don't roll like that, baby.
Yeah, me either.
I don't
Good
do
for
that.
you. Yeah, we knew. I can tell that with you right away. You're just a solid, legit individual. I love that about you. Go ahead, Doc. I see you came up. You have your speakers unmuted. Go ahead, or your mic. I'm sorry, your mic's unmuted. Go ahead. Go ahead, Doc.
Oh, hey, are you speaking to me?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Are you
Your
speaking
name
to me?
Doc? What's up, Doc?
Yeah, I'm Doc, brother. I'm Doc. I'm just a damned old cowboy, brother. But I was listening to Diamond, and I was enjoying listening to her talk.
Thank you so much, darling. That's what I love to do. That's what God has blessed me with. Actually, you all, I'm a licensed cosmetologist by trade, and Diamond is the one that got into all of this commentator. And I joined her back in 2015, and that's where Diamond and Silk was born. If y'all remember, I was always the that's right, and she was the main deliverer. But I was the message. I would let her know, no, you want to say it this way, you want to do it that way. And so now that God needed my sister more and called her own home, I'm still here in the flesh, and I'm still giving it to you like I know how, from the rooter to the tutor, baby. And I ain't half stepping. I ain't sugarcoating nothing, because too much sugar can make you sick. And it's a lot of stuff that done been sugar coated around these parts. And that's why a lot of people walking around here sick. But if you listen to me, Silk of Diamond and Silk, I'm going to tell you the naked, nasty, low down, gutter written truth. I don't care how you slice it, dice it, flip it up, or rub it down, baby. That's right. So you keep on listening to me, sweetheart.
Yeah, if you guys haven't listened to her over on our chitty chat line, she's a hoot here too, but she's a hoot. You get to, she's on video and she's like doing a yeah, you right. And I'm just dying laughing. Go ahead, Doc. She's awesome, you guys. You got to go check her out over there. Give her a follow over there. Go ahead, Doc. Go ahead, Doc. Go ahead.
I was about to say, I got about 2 minutes, baby.
Go ahead, Doc, real quick. She's got about 2 minutes. Go ahead, Doc. Your mic's unmuted. You requested again.
Well, no, I'm trying to figure out why I was sent down to a listener when I was just listening to somebody I asked a question.
Oh,
Because you had your mic unmuted and we are getting a lot of feedback. And if you don't have a question for Silk, then we just keep you down as listener. So do you have a question for Silk? Because she has a time constraint here.
No, I get that, and thank you very much. Thank you very much, and I appreciate it. Hey, Silk, I love you, sweetheart. You're a beautiful woman. You are a beautiful woman, and God bless you, little darling. God bless you.
God bless you, darling. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Silk. Silk is here, everybody, with me every other Wednesday as her schedule permits as well, because she takes her time off as well deserved as for many of you. So Silk, we'll see you in 2 weeks.
See you in 2 weeks if the Lord's will. God bless you all. Continue to pray for this country, and continue to pray for President Donald J. Trump and his protection, and also pray for God to heal the land by uprooting all of these demonic demons that don't mean this country any good. God bless you all. Love y'all.
Amen. Love you, Silk. We'll see you guys. See you in 2 weeks. And everybody, we'll see you tomorrow for Derek Johnson, 6:30 over on my Telegram page. I will stream it through Live X here as well as Rumble. So God bless everybody. Have a great rest of your evening, and we'll talk soon. Take care, buddy. Good night, Dr. James.
good night, Jenny. Thanks.
This space was downloaded via spacesdown.com. Visit to download your spaces today.